At forward, number 13, Holden Onway. And at center for the Skippers, number 10, Graham Markham. Now let's walk along the rest of the Skippers. The coach. And here's Green. And now the Roseville Raiders starting at goal number 30, 13, Holden. On defense, number 34, Owen Bissett. On defense, number 84, Joe Copley. At forward, number 59, C.J. Schmidt. At forward, number 89, Joel Olsen. And at center, number 15, Otis Burton. Now let's walk on the rest of the Roseville Raiders. Their coach, good luck to the Raiders and the Skippers, and let's play hockey.
All right, back at Bloomington Ice Gardens, we move on to the Bantams for the semifinals. Minnetonka and Roseville. Minnetonka sweeping Pool D. Roseville doing the same in Pool C. As we take a look at these teams, Roseville 3-1 over Wayzata, 8-3 over Rosemount, and 5-3 over Edina White to get to where they are. Minnetonka over Woodbury 4-1, 11-2 over Rogers, and finally 3-2 over Mankato to get to where they are at. Roseville's goaltender, Trygve Golden Lundqvist, allowed 7 goals in the tournament, 2.33 goals against, 85.4 save percentage. And for Minnetonka, Thomas Struck, 1 game, 2 goals allowed, and we are underway with our first Bantam semifinal. Play is in the Roseville zone. They're in the white jerseys, work right to left, and of course Minnetonka, traditional blue and white. And they battle for it in the Roseville zone. Otis Herman playing in ahead 15 and still trying to get it out of the zone, and they do finally bludgeon the puck out to center ice, picked up by Griffin Conrad and shot in rink wide for Minnetonka. And behind the goal, here's Owen Bissett feeding over to the right, picked up there by Graham Markowitz. Behind the goal, Minnetonka getting possession. A centering pass comes right up the slot. Here's Conrad shooting, and a save made by Lundqvist, and we'll get a face-off. 43 seconds into the contest. If you joined us late, couple of pretty good Pee Wee games. Edina White will play Edina Green. Edina White 4-2 over Minnetonka. Edina Green in a shootout over Mankato by 3-2. And loose in the slot area from the faceoff, and Roseville picks it up, and they will carry to center ice. Jackson Campbell, I believe that is, over the line, playing it in deep as Skylar Engel chases for it, number 4 for Roseville. And now behind the net, Minnetonka will play up to the near boards, and it's banked ahead to center ice. It'll get past John Bissett, and now he gave it up at the blue line. And Griffin Weinzierl, number 9, now goes to the corner and finally behind the goal. And Roseville after it in the right corner. Here's Henry Jakuboski, 33, playing it out to center ice. And now Kellen Lutz plays it back in for Minnetonka, wearing number 59 for Minnetonka. And it comes loose in front and finally poked off to the right side. And Roseville looks a step slow here in the early going as Minnetonka nearly exploiting a couple of pretty good puck placements. The puck now behind the net. Centering pass, point blank, and they score. It is Hunter Olsen for Minnetonka. And after only 1:46 of play, Minnetonka has the lead 1-0. Hunter Olsen. That is his second goal of the tournament. And it's 1-0. And here they come again. And a centering pass by Novogratz comes to grief. Let's get the announcement. Olsen from Caleb Harmon, number 87, and the puck behind the Roseville goal. And right now, Minnetonka sensing some blood in the water here, perhaps, as they are moving well. And Roseville's Reichen Watrud, number 9, playing it over the line, and it's offside as Vaughn Mealy brings it in over the line. 9:35 left in the first period. Olsen, his second goal from Harmon at 1:46. And that is where we stand. 1-0. Jeff Pappas with you. Glad to have you along all day today here on Championship Sunday of Gobbler 2025. Sam Kinzer for Minnetonka plays it up the boards, and now at center, a body check thrown, but Minnetonka will carry on, and here's Kinzer over the line, and it's offside on the left as Holden Nonweiler got in too early for Minnetonka, and we'll get a face-off. That's much better. A face-off outside the blue line. Those little things in broadcasting, sometimes you gotta let your headset cord unwind a little bit so it's not quite so tight. And we have a stoppage here, and I'm not sure why. But we literally have all day to figure it out. So we'll see. But now discussions being held at the Roseville bench. Nick Leach, the head coach. Ben Clymer, the coach for Minnetonka. And there is a injured player on the Minnetonka bench, Jack Jewett, and he is the player that is being tended to, and he's being assisted off, and that is that was the issue. And they're looking at his left hand or wrist. Hopefully nothing too serious there. Now we're ready as face-off will take place outside the Roseville blue line. Just over a couple minutes in. Play in the left corner. And now play it around to the near wall, and Roseville gets it to the point, but finally out, and Weintzel plays it off to the left. And a pass tipped in by Markowitz. Owen Beseth plays it to the line. Here's a shot that comes all the way through to the near boards, and now Kinzer at the right point. Cranks up and shoots, and Lundqvist watched it go off to the left side. Noah Bolson, 98, able to play it out to center, but can't control it. Weinzel with it on the turn. Now over to the near side. Nonweiler into the zone. And now they'll play it down behind the net. Turned around by Otis Herman to the far boards, and now picked up there by Markowitz. And Huntley comes in for Roseville to take it away from him. 8:29 to go in the first as the puck comes out to center, and Conrad shoots it on in. Now to the left side, and Roseville's Owen Beseth lost it. Shot wide of the goal by Broden Doyle for Minnetonka. Now comes to the left edge, and it's going to be picked up by Beseth, who clears it back off to the boards. And they'll scrap for it there. Now a rink-wide bank. Does not get out of the zone. Colin Clymer plays it down. And here's Doyle looking to center, loose at the right edge, and finally Doyle again off the far boards for Minnetonka. Now into the circle for Hunter Olsen. Now a drop pass intercepted, and Roseville will get the puck to center ice. Played ahead, and finally banked ahead by Griffin Conrad. Minnetonka backs in. Here's Doyle. The backhand plays it in. Owen Beseth going after it. Centering pass comes right up and out to center ice. And Kinsler having trouble there. Now played back into the Roseville end, and after it is Jakuboski, and it's going to be icing on Minnetonka with 7:22 left in the first period. 3 shots in the game, all for Minnetonka. And the goal for Hunter Olson, his second of the tournament. Caleb Harmon getting the assist. Face off to the right of the Minnetonka goal. Now played down by John Bisseth. And it'll wind up behind the Minnetonka net. Pass to the near side, picked up by Campbell. And now played towards the left point. And Roseville, Schuyler Engel trying to dig it out and can't. Now it comes up the near side, and it's picked up by Novakratz. And he plays it in over the line. Now Engel back for Roseville with help on the right. Backhanded pass to the right side. And a return in front of the net, and Engel's tied up. Now loose at the left edge. It comes up the slot. Here's a shot, and that's blocked as John Bisseth tried to take that shot. Now it comes out to center and finally back into the Minnetonka zone, and it's picked up by Novogratz down the near wing for Minnetonka. And he is working there against John Bisseth in the corner. Now Roseville picks it up. They try to clear out of the zone, loose on the wall, and finally back behind the net for Jakuboski. 6:20 to go. In the opening period, pass over to the near side. John Bisseth again. We'll get it out to center. And now Carey over the Minnetonka line. He threads one, and it's right on. Stop made by Struck in the Minnetonka goal. His first save of the game. And now Roseville trying to work back in front. Vaughn Mealy unable to get to the front of the net. It comes out to center. And Jakuboski now over the line. Winds up along the boards on the far side of Minnetonka to center ice. And here's Nonweiler over the line. Tries a toe drag and got his pocket picked by Owen Bisseth there. Nice defensive play. Here's a long shot from the point by Conrad, sticked away by Lundqvist. And it's loose in the right corner. Minnetonka buzzing again. Comes to the left point. A drive by Clymer is blocked. And Roseville lays it out to center. Clymer back for it. 5:20 to go in the first period. And now played on into the Roseville zone. It'll go back behind the net. And in control there is Owen Bisseth. Now picked up by Roseville. And that's center ice. They can't play it into the zone. Jackson Campbell going after it. Now here's a shot from the wing boards right on, and a save made by Lundqvist. As Broden Doyle in a bid for a goal. And we'll get a face-off in the Roseville end. 4 minutes, 52 seconds to play. Played around behind from the face-off, and Roseville will try to chop it ahead. Now they do get it out. Pass to the right, and it's picked up by Herman, who plays it into the zone. Otis Herman taken in against the boards. Minnetonka is able to play it out to center ice. Stepping up there is John Bisseth, but he lost it, and Minnetonka comes back on the right. Here's Doyle over the line, shoots, and Lundqvist sticks it away. Now Minnetonka's Kellen Lutz trying to hold it in. Can't, and it comes on out to center and back into the Minnetonka zone deep. Clymer behind the goal. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first period. Here's Doyle playing it into the Roseville end, and it'll be John Bisseth going after it. Now a long pass to the near side, and it's played ahead by Schmidt. Back into the zone, and Colin Clymer for Minnetonka. Less than 4 minutes to go in the period. They scrape away for it along the near boards. Here's C.J. Schmidt behind the goal, looking to center it, and that's broken up at the right edge by Clymer. And pucks to the boards now, back by the hash mark. Caleb Harmon takes it behind the goal. Far side for Olson to the right point. It's held in there. And finally it comes out to center. And John Bisseth banks it off the boards for Herman. And now carrying on over the line is Schmidt. Drops it for Herman. Closing. Takes a shot right on, and a save made by Thomas Struck in goal for Minnetonka with 3:18 left in the first period. Shots are 4-2 for Minnetonka. Roseville appears to have recovered from its slow start. they just looked a little disorganized at the beginning of the game, and Olsen popped a goal in 146 into the contest to reinforce the point. Now over to the far side, and Jackson Furman after it drops it, and Weinzierl picks it up and plays out to center. And Engel picks it up for Roseville. Now played in by Jameson Furman. Now loose along the far boards. And Minnetonka to the near side. Nonweiler over the line. And he runs into the defender on that side, Owen Bisseth. Now loose in the circle. Engel tries to clear, and he does get it out to center. Conrad flips it ahead, and for looking there for Graham Markowitz. Back out to center, now played on into the zone, and that'll be no icing as Conrad goes back for it, and he is hit from behind by Furman, and that's going to draw a penalty. First penalty of the game will go against Roseville. Minor penalty at 9:38. And Minnetonka gets the game's first power play. Leading 1-0 here late in the first period. Puck comes in front. Roughing is the penalty. And with 1:52 to go in the power play, 2:14 in the first period, it'll be Minnetonka on the power play. Now Weinzierl will come over the line. Now drops it to Markowitz. Back to Weinzierl. Markowitz in the high slot, flattens, fires, scores! Might have been tipped in front. The Minnetonka players there acting like it was, but looking to see who might have got a tip on it. And it appears to be Broden Doyle. An assist going to Markowitz for taking the shot. It is a power play goal. 10:05 of the first period, 2-0 Minnetonka. Weinzierl and Markowitz getting assists on the power play goal. 2-0 for Minnetonka, 1:35 to go in the period. Puck comes up the slot, and Roseville will play it down the wing. And into the zone. It's broken up there by Weinzierl on a back check, and now it's picked up in the corner. A centering pass is deflected as it tries to find its way in front. John Bisseth can't hold it either, and it comes back out to center. 1:16 to go in the first. And now here comes Mealy back. There's a shot right on from the right wing boards. From Jackson Campbell, and we'll get a face-off with 1:08 to go. Doyle's third goal of the tournament. And it's 2-0 Minnetonka. Now play down deep, and Lutz plays it around on the near side, and now Roseville will get some possession. C.J. Schmidt down low. And another penalty coming as Schmidt goes down, and it'll be a power play for Roseville. Those are 46 seconds remaining in the period. Roughing is the call. And it's on Griffin Conrad. So power play for Roseville, their first. They trail it by 2 here in the first period. John Bisseth plays it down the wall. Sharp angled shot, and comes right back to Schmidt. Now he centers it, and they fan on it in the slot as Herman was looking for it, and we got a whistle as the net's dislodged, and we'll get a face-off with 31 seconds to go in the first period. We are running a little bit behind here, so we're not going to flood the ice. Try to keep everything on schedule as Herman wins the face-off, and Schmidt has it along the goal line. Tried to go short side with it and put it right through the crease. Here's Doyle ahead for Minnetonka. Gets to the red line and shoots it on in. And with 15 seconds to go in the period, it'll wind up behind the goal and in control of Otis Herman. Plays it ahead, and it's going to be held by Nonweiler at the left point. Plays it down with 5 seconds to go. And Jakuboski has it around to the near side, and that'll do it for our first period. And Minnetonka comes out strongly. They outshoot Roseville 5-3 and lead them 2-0 after one period of play. Olsen and Doyle with the goals for the Skippers. Let's take a break here at the Gobbler 2025 on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning. And anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
Second period from Bloomington Ice Gardens. Teams change ends. And Roseville works left to right as we call the second period for you. Jeff Pappas with you from Bloomington Ice Garden all day. We have one more Bantam semifinal coming up. And that'll be Matamidi and Cottage Grove going at it for the right to face the winner of this game in the Bantam finals later on this afternoon. And Roseville on a power play for about another minute. Here's a shot from the high slot. They score as it came down off. Well, Schmidt is acting like it's his all the way, and it hit somebody. Might have gone off a defenseman on the way in. It's a power play goal for Roseville. And Schmidt scores it after 22 seconds. So both teams connect on the power play, and Roseville is back in the game at 2-1. Number 90, Mason Kay, getting the assist. And we got a whistle. Christian Schmidt on the power play, and an assist, as I mentioned, to Mason Kay. Now play in the Minnetonka zone, a shot from the point right on, and a good stop there off Huntley. Now it comes in front, finally behind the net, and it's controlled by Griffin Conrad. And Minnetonka over the line. Weinzierl trying to find a place to put the puck. Now gets to the dot, closes in, backhanded shot, goes behind the net. And now here's Lutz firing, and that winds up deflecting wide. Now Lundqvist makes a save against the left post, and Roseville, freshly rejuvenated with a power play goal. Markowitz lost possession for Minnetonka, clears around to the near side, and Roseville with Furman. Can't get it out of the zone. Now a bank high off the glass. Lutz will hold that in with a skate, but it's a big carom, and it's picked up, and here comes Kay. Over the line for Roseville. Mason Kay shoots, and that goes wide. Now off to the near side. It's played ahead by Harmon. And into the zone. Roseville trying to get a clear. Now it's picked up by Markowitz in the near corner. Markowitz wheels towards the front of the net and then lost possession right there. And Kay trying to get it out of the zone, plays to center. Here's Conrad. Rink wide, Lutz on the near side. Plays it ahead. Here's Olsen. Pass over to the right. And Novogratz couldn't take it cleanly. He takes a shot anyway. And Lundqvist with a good save. And then he followed up on Conrad as well. Now Conrad again. Check that. Caleb Harmon from the boards. And Lundqvist makes the save. So we've got a face-off in the Roseville zone. Now from the draw, here is Clymer taking a shot that's off the traffic. It comes right back to him. Clymer at the left point takes a shot at changed direction at least once on the way to Lundqvist. And Minnetonka keeps on the pressure, a centering pass, and a chance in front for Novogratz. And it went off the heel of his stick. Now loose up the boards, and here comes Roseville. Through center, Jackson Campbell over the line, plays it in deep, and after it is Kinzer for Minnetonka. Around to the far side, comes to the left point, and John Beseth. Now he gets it back again. Beseth goes down the wall, and it's not taken cleanly. Puck loose in the high slot, and finally cleared. And Jakuboski has it for Roseville. He can't play it ahead. And now Minnetonka will come back in. This is Novogratz, and that goes wide. Now Jakuboski on the boards has a collision with Logan Proctor, and the puck winds up behind the net. On the near side, Campbell for Roseville. He tries to go up the wall and can't get out. Now behind the net, Minnetonka in control with Harmon, or that's Proctor rather, 37 now to the right point, and a shot save made by Lundqvist. Loose at the left edge, goaltender's down, it still isn't frozen, finally. A swipe at it by Weinzierl puts it under the goaltender, so a good flurry there for Minnetonka. They get a couple shots on goal out of it. And we have a stoppage with 8:15 to go. Shots are 4-2 for Minnetonka here in the second period. We heard rumors that we might have special guests during the finals. As far as our broadcast sequence goes, we may see Tony, we may see Peter. Now a centering pass comes all the way through from Bolson for Roseville. Tony Scott and Peter Odney I referred to. Now picked up on the far side by Weinzierl, dropping it. Here's Conrad shooting right on, rebound, loose at the left edge. A good first save by Lundqvist, but then he was carried by his momentum to the right side. His defense had to bail him out. Now Weinzierl shoots. That's deflected. Right on, rebound, score! Logan Proctor in front of the goal, and Minnetonka has extended the lead to 3-1. Time of that goal, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. And Minnetonka has its 2-goal lead back. And no idea who got the assist. And now here comes Minnetonka over the line, closing in, and that is Markowitz. Winds up going behind the net, and Roseville plays to the near boards, and Nonweiler holds it there. He centers. Here's a shot by Hunter Olsen that goes off traffic, and it comes down to the right point, and a glove catch made by Lundqvist. That was a snazzy stop against Sam Kinzer. So Proctor with a goal, and not sure who got the assist for Minnetonka. That's Logan Proctor's third goal of the tournament. Roseville's goal by Schmidt was his third of the tournament. Right onto the goaltender from the face-off, and we'll draw again. 6:47 left in the second period. 3-1 Minnetonka. Winner of this game goes on to the Bantam Finals. And Minnetonka in control. Banked off to the left point, and here's Lutz. Shot, save, rebound. Ooh, chipped wide by Novogratz in front of the goal. And now Roseville trying to restore order in their own zone. Owen Bisseth plays it up the wall to Schmidt. And now it's played down the wing. Here comes Engel over the line. Engel tied up from behind. And the puck runs to the left edge, finally behind the net. And it's controlled by Kay. Centering pass. Knocked away by the goaltender to the near side boards. And Weinzierl there. Plays it ahead, and it's going to come out to center. And a race for it there is Owen Bisseth leaning on Novogratz as they go in against the boards. And it's cleared out. And here comes Roseville back. Over the line they come. Oh, and a nice move by Kay. Going right in, a goal. He shoots, and a save made. Boy, that would have been a superb goal by Kay. But for Thomas Struck in goal. Now loose at neutral ice. Weinzierl trying to play it. It comes down. And Furman shoots it in for Roseville. 5:37 to go in the second period. Cleared around by Conrad to the left point. And now loose in the high slot. And Minnetonka will flip it out of play. Getting some pressure here from Roseville, and with 5:25 to go in the second period, and Minnetonka leading 3-1. We'll take a face-off to the right of the Minnetonka goal. Mealy on for the face-off. Clymer behind the net. Long pass held in at the right point by Jakuboski. Takes a shot, and Struck knocks it off to the boards. Now loose along the near wall, and again Jakuboski shoots, and again a stick save by Struck. Now an outlet pass is picked up on the far side by Watrud, I believe that is, for Roseville. But now carrying on, here's Hunter Olsen trying to split the defense. He's in deep, he centers it, they score! Roden Doyle is second of the game, fourth of the season, 4-1 Minnetonka. And the time of that goal, 7 minutes and 6 seconds. Minnetonka leads it by 3. That's Doyle from Olsen. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Roseville here with 4:54 to go in the second period. Let's take a quick one ourselves. It's 4-1 Minnetonka here at the Gobbler 2025.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Super important. And we'll get the face-off now with Minnetonka ahead 4-1. Doyle's fourth of the tournament, second of the game from Hunter Olsen. And we have a hooking penalty being called against Roseville's Noah Bolson. One for one on the power play, Minnetonka. And here's a shot that trickles wide as Kinzer came in and took the shot on his off wing. Now a centering pass loose in front of the goal, and Kinzer again picks it up, plays it towards the net. Roseville just trying to clear now. And now here comes Minnetonka again. Proctor over the line. Proctor goes down trying to get past Herman along the boards. And Minnetonka picks it up. Weinzierl's drop is intercepted. And it's carried out to center ice. And over the line for Roseville is Christian Schmidt, who has their goal. Now Luce and Schmidt as a one-man band there. Now played down the wall. Schmidt once again getting some help. And now he is wrestled to the ice, and there's a penalty coming up against Minnetonka. And now Schmidt squares up to him, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Is trying to get onto a power play here. And it is a holding penalty. Time of the penalty 8:10, and that'll wipe out the power play for Minnetonka. Minute 5 of 4-on-4, and then a quick man advantage for the Raiders. Markowitz, the penalty. As it's played back into the Roseville end. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. 4-1 Minnetonka. 39 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey, and here's Proctor behind the goal for Minnetonka. Proctor drops it to Clymer. Back to Proctor. And finally it's broken up and played out to center by Engel, and now Engel takes a backhand pass, puts himself offside as he comes in over the line. And Minnetonka controls. 2:59 to go in the period, and here's Clymer over the line. 10 seconds away from a quick power play for Roseville, and the puck behind the net, so they'll start it out without incident anyway. And they've got a power play now for 55 seconds as they come over the line. Here's a rising shot and a goal for Mason Kay. And he blew it right past Struck. Mason Kay, it's a power play goal for Roseville. And it comes at 9 minutes and 18 seconds of the second period, and Roseville's got some life in them. Mason Kay's fourth goal. Another penalty coming, and it's going to go against Minnetonka. And that's going to be on Nonweiler. And it's going to be a slash as he slashed the stick out of the hands of a Roseville player. .9:23 the time. And right back on the power play goes Roseville. They're 2 for 2. And let's get the goal first. And now a shot right on and a stop made by Struck as the puck picked up by Minnetonka. They come out to neutral ice. Olsen takes a bump and then shoots it on into the zone. Here's a race for it there as Markowitz leans into the defender, Jakuboski. And Roseville picks it up. 2:08 to go in the second period. It comes on out to center ice, and it's picked up. Here's Schmidt over the line. Fourth goal of the tournament for Kay. And now Schmidt along the far boards. Takes it behind the net. Comes out the near side, pursued there. And we have another penalty coming as he goes down. Both officials called that one. And it's a check from behind. And this time it is Kinzer. And that penalty comes at 10-12. And now it's a 5-on-3 power play for Roseville for 1:11. And that is going to be a 2-10. And Bowden Anvery, number 12, will come over to serve the misconduct. Now here comes Roseville back in, 5-on-3, and they give it away. It's picked up and carried out by Proctor. Now a race for it, he and Mason Kay. And good work by Proctor to win that puck. Now played down the boards, and Kay, 43 seconds in the two-man advantage, pass to the near side, and here's Bolson. It's too far for him. And it's icing on Roseville, and that is not what they had in mind to start this power play. As we'll get a face-off back in the Roseville zone. Doyle on for Minnetonka for the face-off. The up-front penalty killer, along with Markowitz, and Roseville wins the face-off. Pass tipped, and Beseth can't control it. Markowitz plays it back into the Roseville zone. 28 seconds in the power play, and here comes Christian Schmidt over the line as we hit the last minute of the period. Schmidt behind the net. Swings around, leaves a drop, angle closing. He takes the shot, save made, and no rebound is struck. Makes a good stop. And we'll get a face-off in the Minnetonka zone. 16 seconds left in the 5-on-3. And Schmidt on the face-off lost it, and the puck is cleared all the way down the ice by Harmon, and that's icing. Face-off in the same spot. And again, Minnetonka wins the draw, and they clear it down back into the Roseville zone. First penalty is coming to an end. Engel, 39 seconds to go in the period, and over the line comes Roseville. Here's a drop pass. Engel closing. He takes the shot, and he missed it. Bouncing puck into the near corner, and Harmon lost possession to Engel, and still 39 seconds of power play for Roseville, and Minnetonka will ice it again. 34 seconds of penalty time, 21 seconds to play in the second period, so they would be carryover here into the third. From the face-off, comes to the boards. 18 seconds in the period. And the Raiders working, and here is Otis Herman takes a shot, and that moved the net, and we'll get a face-off with 7 seconds to go in the second period. Face-off to the right of the Minnetonka goal. And it's played back by Schmidt. Oh, and it hops Kay, and it comes back out to center. Now Engel on the turn. That's the end of the second period, and both teams score twice in the second period. Our score after two is Minnetonka 4 and Roseville 2. Shots are 14-12. Minnetonka with 9. Actually, both teams with 9 in the second period. And we head to the third after this.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
Ready to go with the third period. Doyle is coming in to serve the remainder of the minor penalty for Kinzer, who will be available for play with about 10 seconds to go in regulation time. Puck played back into the Roseville zone, 4 seconds to kill. And And now it's played around behind the net. Doyle is on, and Minnetonka is at full strength, leading 4-2 with 11:43 to go. Actually, I take that back. It should be, let's see, about a minute and a half to go, minute 48 to go. Kinzer will be eligible to come back. First stoppage after that point, unless there's some rule that I'm not aware of. Here's Kay at center ice for Roseville. Lost possession, and over the line, Proctor with a goal for Minnetonka to the left corner. Now it winds up going behind the net, and a nice move by Doyle. Centers it, and a good centering pass, and Weinzer will put a shot on goal. Lundqvist made the save along the ice, and we get a face-off. 11:17 to go in the third. Minnetonka with a 4-2 lead. 2 goals for Doyle in this game. Olsen and Proctor have the others. Schmidt and Kay for Roseville. Now from the face-off play to center and turned back in by Kellen Lutz. Back out it comes, and now played down the wing. Mealy chasing after it, can't get there. And over the line is Novogratz for Minnetonka. Winds up behind the net. Another good centering pass. And that one's intercepted. Here comes Roseville back, and now Mealy at center. Played on in, right onto the goaltender, and Struck will get a stoppage. 10:51 to go. Coming up next, our second semifinal. It'll be Matamidi, the winners of Pool B with a 3-0 record, to take on Cottage Grove, who carry it all before them in Pool A. The winner there will move on to the finals. And Minnetonka breaks out. They have a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Over the line they come. A centering pass and a great stop, post to post, against Max Novogratz by Lundqvist. And now back comes 2-on-1 Roseville. Over the line. Here's a shot, and that goes wide as Jakuboski could not put it on frame. So odd man rushes for both teams. And it's picked up by Roseville, and John Bisseth played to the near side. And finally back into the Roseville zone and going back for it, John Bisseth. But getting there first will be Proctor for Minnetonka, waiting for help. They're on a change. Proctor's by himself. Now his teammates arrive to help. And a centering pass intercepted, and here comes Roseville. Back to center ice. And it's Mealy. Over the line, Mealy shoots, and a save by Struck off to the right boards. Controlled now by Nonweiler. And here he comes with a full head of steam over the Roseville line in the circle, throws it in front. It goes behind the cage, controlled there by Owen Bisseth. And now loose, a centering pass, and it's chipped wide of the goal. Now here is Markowitz at the right point. He fires, and a glove catch by Lundqvist, and a shot that was going wide of the net, and we'll get a face-off in the Roseville zone with 9:29 to go. Game 3 out of 6 here in the Championship Sunday version of the Gobbler. After the fourth game, we've got a second place game here that we're not going to carry, but we get a little bit of a break before the 2 final games played later on this afternoon. Here's Doyle. Got a strong game so far. He centers, gets it back. And now Doyle in the slot, lost it, and working right in. Oh, this is a lovely play. And Hunter Olsen's shot was stopped by Lundqvist. Good close control in tight, and now played ahead, and it's picked up by Markowitz at center. He's skated off by Schmidt, and then his pass finds an open wing on the left side. And played in behind the Roseville goal. 8:50 to go. Bolson plays it ahead to center ice, and here's Schmidt. Catching up over the line. Schmidt goes wide, takes a shot, pad save, rebound, as Struck put it right up the slot, but no Roseville player able to connect to it. Now here's Owen Bisseth shooting. That's off the traffic in front. Controlled by Harmon, and back comes Minnetonka. Oh, held in right at the line and not played into the zone, so it couldn't be offside. Now picked up by Olsen, and he lost possession, and here comes Schmidt. Down the wing for Roseville. Cuts in. Schmidt, nice move. Backhand shot. And a save made as he goes sprawling behind the net. Good stop by Struck, and we'll get a face-off in the Minnetonka zone with 8:16 left. And we have a cross-checking penalty coming. And it's going to go against Minnetonka again. It's Doyle. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 44 seconds of the third period. Power play number 5 for Roseville. Now to the left point, Bisseth. Gets it back on a return pass from Kay. Now a deflection from Engel, and it winds up in the near corner, and here's Mason Kay. Back behind the net, now it's banked ahead, and Minnetonka will clear, but it's not out, held neatly by Bisseth. John Bisseth looks to center, and Roseville keeps possession. Here's Engel along the wall. First 30 gone in the power play. And Kay takes the shot. Ooh, it changed direction, and it's underneath Struck, who made a good stop. And we'll get a face-off with 1:22 in the power play and 7:37 left in the third period. So we try to get our schedule back on track here. We had a double overtime shootout in our first game, or second game in the Pee-wees. Now here's Bisseth from the face-off. Into the circle. Kay closing. Kay shooting. Oh, a nice glove stop by Struck. And a face-off. 1:15 now in the power play. Roseville generating chances. And here is Otis Herman from the draw. Herman in the circle, closing in, backhanded shot. Oh, a stave made by Struck, and it's off now behind the net. And Roseville with a minute to go on the power play comes to the left point, Bisseth. He throws it in front, it's deflected, a save by Struck. Now a centering pass, backhanded shot, and getting bowled over in front of the goal was Otis Herman, and we get a face-off as Herman got flattened as he went where Angels fear to tread. 50 seconds to go in this power play. It seems like it's gone on forever as Minnetonka will change up front penalty killers. Nonweiler will face off against Herman. Now here's John Bisseth leaving it. Schmidt to the right point. Now a cross ice pass and an open side, and a chance there for John Bisseth, and he was not able to play it. Wound up putting it wide, and now here's a shot for the boards and a glove catch made by Struck. Still 30 seconds left in this power play, and Roseville is cranking out the shots on goal. They've got 8 here in the third period already. And this has been all zone time for Roseville on this power play. They got 2 power play goals in the game. They win the draw. Jakuboski takes the shot. Struck saves. And here's Furman playing it around behind the net. 20 seconds in the power play. And now Furman takes a sharp angled shot. Goaltender hugs the post and makes the save. Picked up now by Olsen, who starts back for Minnetonka, and it's poke checked away. And Bisseth controls it as the penalty now down to 5 seconds to go. And finally, it comes to an end with 6:18 to play. Good power play by Roseville, but nothing in the net. So you can't call it a great power play. Now behind the net, here's Weinzierl coming around, centers it. It's loose, and finally Lundqvist gets the glove on it to get the stoppage with 6 minutes and 7 seconds to play. Roseville pressing, but not able to score as we hit the waning moments of this contest. Now played down and finally behind the net where it's controlled by Huntley for Roseville. Played up the boards and runs to the front of the net, and the goaltender could not play it as Owen Bisseth rings the net, feeds the far side, held by Weinzierl, and now Huntley again goes up the boards, and again Weinzierl is there to steer the play wide. Now it's poked out to center ice, and Lutz over to the near side for Conrad. 5.5 minutes to go. Proctor plays it in deep, chased after by Bisseth. And now it comes to the right point. It gets past Conrad. Here's a race for it as Mealy Came out just a step slow and now loose at center, and here comes Hunter Olsen. Over the line, Olsen fires, and that's off the traffic. Rebound to Conrad at the right point, and he plays it around down behind the goal. And Minnetonka will pick it up along the boards with just over 5 minutes to go. Played down for Olsen, picked up by Owen Bisseth instead, and now cleared to the line, and it's held by Minnetonka. Nice play to get the puck down low by Kellen Lutz. Now back behind the goal. Harmon sidesteps a check. Harmon with possession. Feeds Lutz. It gets past him. It comes all the way back. And the goaltender struck out to play it. He puts it up the middle. And boy, just a step slow as Jackson Campbell. And he could have got a hold of that. He would likely have scored. And now here's Nonweiler over the line. 4.5 minutes to go down the wing. Nonweiler leaves a centering pass. Olsen cuts in front. Can't get there. To the left point, Clymer. And he closes in. And we have a penalty coming on Roseville. And we've got an interference call, I believe, coming in front of the net. And that is indeed the call. And it is going to go, I believe, against John Bisseth. We'll see. No, 34. That will be Owen Bisseth. .422 to go. 7 minutes, 38 seconds, the time of the penalty, and it's power play number 3 for Minnetonka. They are 1 for 2 so far. Now the puck cleared into the bench. And that'll be a face-off back in the Roseville zone to the right of the goaltender. Trygve Golden Lundqvist. Now played on out to center, and it's Clymer. Weinzierl back to Clymer. Weinzierl and Clymer playing catch down the wall. Now Weinzierl has it. Back to Clymer. Back to Weinzierl. Weinzierl goes behind the net. Comes out the far side. Back behind the goal for Harmon. 1:15 on the power play. Clymer at the right point. And played it off a defender to himself. Clymer shoots. Save made by Lundqvist. Rebound in front. Backhanded by Doyle. And that's onto the goaltender as well. Face-off coming up in the Roseville zone with 3:28 left. And the draw coming up to the right of Trygve Golden Lundqvist. Comes in front. Doyle had a poke at it. They score! Nonweiler picked up a loose puck and popped it into the net to make it 5-2 with 3:25 to go. Holden Nonweiler for Minnetonka, and it comes at 8:35. It is a power play goal. Minnetonka 2 for 3 on the power play. Roseville is 2 for 5 with the man advantage. And Holden Nonweiler has scored his 3rd goal of this tournament. So we'll get the announcement on the goal. Here we go. Olsen and Novogratz getting assists on the power play goal. So Olsen has a goal and 2 assists in this one. Now played back into the Roseville zone from the faceoff as we have 3 minutes to play. Roseville has outshot Minnetonka 21-19 in this game. A lot of it on their power play, but they have not found sufficient purchase against Struck. Played a solid game. And now here comes Roseville down the far wing. Furman, he goes down. And it's picked up by Engel. Tries to work in front. Does. Shoots. It's off the defense, and it goes into the netting. And out of play with a stoppage with 2:36 left. Coming up next, our second semifinal, Matamidi and Cottage Grove. We'll have that after we resurface the ice. Roseville wins the face-off. John Bissett had it stripped, and now here comes Nonweiler in for Minnetonka, throws it across. They score! Griffin Weinzierl. That was beautiful. Weinzierl with a goal. Nonweiler sets him up, and that sews it up with 2:27 to go. Minnetonka goes ahead 6-2. Weinzierl with the assist, or the goal rather, I should say. That is his third goal of the tournament. Weinzierl from Nonweiler. And with just over 2 minutes to go, Minnetonka's offside. So they bring the puck in, and we'll get a face-off at neutral ice. The goals, Nonweiler at 8:35. Weinzierl at 9:33, so 2 goals in 58 seconds for Minnetonka, and they lead it 6-2 with 2:08 to play. Comes into the zone, and they'll hold the zone, and here is Olsen cutting to the slot. Getting past Jakuboski, closes, shoots, and that was off the traffic, and Roseville will play on out to center ice. Well, they won't either, as Olsen is there to pick it off. Looking, he centers it, and putting it just wide was Caleb Harmon in front of the goal with 1:45 left. Now Minnetonka working again down low. Olsen shoots, and Lundqvist saves. He's down. The puck is behind the net. And now they'll play for it there. Here is Harmon for Minnetonka. He is taken in against the boards. Olsen picks it up now along the goal line. Here's a centering pass, and Lundqvist is there to try to block it against the post. He's trying to freeze it. They can't freeze it. Loose in front, and finally Roseville's able to clear their zone. And here comes Mason Kay back, 2 against 2. Kay takes the shot. Save made by Strzok. Rebound controlled by the defense with 1:10 to go. Now in the high slot, a puck given away and out to center ice. It's controlled by Otis Herman. He comes over the line for Roseville. He shoots. It's off the goaltender's glove. Struck. Last minute of play. And Bolson for Roseville plays it around behind the goal with 50 seconds to go, and Minnetonka will pick it up and clear high in the air, and it lands in the Roseville zone. Goaltender out to play it. And here's Owen Bissett starting back. 40 seconds to play up the near wing for Herman. And he's over the line, Otis Herman. Now tries to put it in front. It goes back behind the goal, and after it is Markowitz for Minnetonka. Now Clymer with 30 seconds to go plays it up the wall for Nonweiler. And now cleared to center ice. Kay couldn't hold it, but carrying on is Owen Bissett for Roseville. He lost out to Nonweiler, and he plays it into the Roseville zone with 17 seconds to play. It winds up behind the goal and controlled now by Owen Bissett. Clears to the right side. Jakuboski chasing after it, and the puck comes out to center. It's tied up there. Now back into the Minnetonka zone with 4 seconds to go. Cleared by Clymer. The length of the ice. Goaltender stops it, and the game is over. Minnetonka wins it by 6-2. They score twice in each period in this game. And for the game, Roseville with 22 shots. They had 10 in the third period. And Minnetonka with 21 shots. They had 7 in the third period, but they scored twice. And the winning goaltender, Thomas Struck, 20 saves on 22 shots. Trigby Golden Lundqvist, 15 saves on 21 shots, but did not play a bad game. And that'll do it for us here from the Bantam Pool. Minnetonka will await the winner of the next game, Matamidi and Cottage Grove. The Youth Hockey Hub player of the game, let's see, is Holden Nonweiler. So check out our social media for comments from Mr. Nonweiler as we get ready to play the finals later on this afternoon. Minnetonka is in. We'll see who they face next here on the Youth Hockey Hub.